Welcome guys, welcome to the course of TCP/IP. Today we are going to discuss about the VoIP, that is Voice over Internet Protocol. In this particular video, what we are going to discuss the VoIP, then the features of VoIP. After that, we are going to discuss about the protocols, that most popular protocols of the VoIP for the session management and the conversions. So, in before this video, what we have discussed about the LDP messages. So after that, we are discussing now switching the gears to the audio to the let's say multimedia. So let's talk about the VoIP. So what is VoIP? So here in this VoIP, what we have two terms, VO and then the IP. So here the voice over IP, that is voice over internet protocol. This is what the meaning of this particular VoIP. And VoIP is acronym of voice over internet protocol, or in more common terms, phone services over the internet. What happens now? Today's era is what full of internet connections, where on the internet, what we are going to send, we are going to send the packets. But here we are using the existing network for the voice communication as well. Let's consider our mobile phone, what we are calling from WhatsApp, what we are calling from the other medias to talk with some persons, where the multimedia kind of structure of data is involved. Here we are using the already available established structure for our communication with that for voice communication. So that's why it is what the voice over internet protocol. If we have the reliable quantity internet connection, we can get the phone services delivered through our internet connections instead of from our local phone company. So let's say what we are over here, we have reasonable connections of the internet, so data connections with us. On that data connection, we are going to able to call to the third party persons on that particular applications. Some people uses VoIP in addition to their traditional phone services, since a VoIP service provide usually over lower rate than traditional phone companies. So if you are going to pay the amount to that particular recharges of this particular any service provider, rather than it is going to be save a lot of money of ours for the communications guys. While VoIP provide offer these services, consider consistent industry-wide means of offering these are still developing. Okay, so most of the research are still in uh, going on, because this concept is specifically belong for the multimedia data, where the audio, videos, text, any graphics, any SW formats, and all the formats are available over here. Now, the main purpose of VoIP, it is now possible to deliver the voice communication. It is not possible. It is possible to deliver the voice communication over the IP network by converting voice data into a packets. What happened? Let's say if we have, let's say, network, and here's the source and destination over here. So we are sending the IP packets or messages, that is with the help of IP4, IPv6 services. With the help of that, but we have added the VO to that particular prefix to that IP. So what we have to do? We have to convert this our voice data, we have to convert this voice data into the packet format, so that that existing IP header format can help to us to carry our voice data into the packets. Then only we are going to communicate with that particular person which is resided at the other end. So the overall meaning of the VoIP is what? We are converting, let's say we are converting our voice, that is audio data, into the packets. Then only we can get the communicated with the destination. So what are the features, or what for what purpose the VoIP is going to be used? So why to use VoIP? Lower cost, because we are not setting any extra infrastructure to set up our calls. The existing infrastructure is going to be used. Increased functionality, so more functions can be possible over this particular VoIP. Then portability, we don't have a constraint that the fixed amount of size, a fixed amount of locations supposed to be there. It is portable service. There is no hurdles of any services while moving. No extra cables. So we are not setting any extra infrastructures. We are not requiring any cables. Then again, flexibility, it is more flexible. Video conferencing is also possible with the VoIP. It is also scalable. We cannot say that is it cannot exceed more than one. But if we have plenty of devices to be connected, that can be accommodated over here. So that's why it is scalable. Then remote working, it is also possible, and the easy configuration. Only what we have to do, we have to ping that network, or we have to connect that networks. So moreover, the gist of this slide is what the VoIP definition. I hope the definition is clear, where the voice data is going to be converted into IP packets. That task is what the VoIP. where our existing telephone service or mobile services are available. With that mobile services, we are going to connect to the internet for the communication of the multimedia. That what VoIP includes. So here there are lots of protocols include. Here the station initiation protocol, connection management protocol developed by IETF. Okay, this is what the first protocols of this particular VoIP is what the SIP, and this SIP we are going to discuss in detail later on. Okay, because the SIP is what the backbone and H323 is what the backbone. Apart from this SIP, what we have the second protocol H323, one of the first VoIP call signaling and control protocol that found widespread implementation since the development of the newer, less complex protocols such as MGCP and SIP, and the H323 deployments are increasingly limited to carrying the existing long haul network traffic. So these two protocols are very important. We are going to discuss in separately. Okay. Apart from this, what we have MGCP, that is Media Gateway Control Protocol. It is used for the connection management of the multimedia gateway. Apart from this, what we have H248. This protocol controls this protocol used for this is control protocol for media gateways across the converged internetwork consisting of the traditional PSTN and modern packet switch network. Because what happened in this particular VoIP, what we have in this particular VoIP, and if you talked about the IP, that is what the random path can be chosen. But here for the VoIP, what we have to do, we have to fix it. We have to set up the connection, that is per circuit switching, packet switching, message switching kind of thing. So PSTN networks, ISD networks are going to be. So then apart from this, what we have another protocol, RTP protocol. It is real-time transport protocol. This protocol is for the real-time audio and video data communication. So what we have separate video for this RTP about this how this is going to be used for the audio and video data. Apart from this, what we have real-time transport control protocol, RTCP. This is what the sister of RTP protocol, that is used for the stream statistics and status information. So this is a little bit more purpose. Okay. Then secure real-time transport protocol, that is SRTP. It is encrypted version of RTP. So these are the protocols are same, but here the in RTP what is missing, the security is missing. Here it is security is more strong. Then session description protocol SDP. It is the syntax for session initiation and announcement of multimedia communication and WebSocket. And what the WebSocket? WebSocket is what the full duplex full duplex communication. It supports for the full duplex. Then another protocol is available, that is XMPP, that is Extensible Messaging and Presence Protocol. It is used for the instance messaging, presence information, and a constant list maintenance, like a jingle for peer-to-peer sessions control in XJAM. Then Skype protocol. This is also widely used. The Skype protocol for the audio, video, screen sharing. Every task is going to be done. Where the meetings are also conducted, where the interviews are also conducted. Is proprietary internet telephone protocols suit based on the peer-to-peer architectures. So person to person, the node to node is going to be available. So out of this protocol, there are lots of protocols available with the VoIP. But what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss about the SIP first, and later on we are going to discuss the H323. And in a separate video, what we have the RTP protocol is available. Okay. So let's start with the first protocol, guys, and that protocol is what the SIP protocol. The SIP stand for Session Initiation Protocol. It was designed by IET, that is in task force is available of the internet engineering. It is an application layer protocol that established, manage and terminate multimedia sessions, that is call like IP telephony. What is the main purpose of SIP? That is SIP protocol. SIP protocol is going to be used to establish the session, manage the session and termination of the session. Which session? That is VoIP sessions. Because our, let's say, if customer is going to be used for that particular device to communicate with the other devices, that time the VoIP protocol, VoIP concept is going to be maintain the sessions between then parties and party 1 and party 2, and that session can be maintained by this SIP protocol. It can be used to create two-party, multi-parties, or multicast sessions. It is also used for only two parties, then multi-parties, or maybe the multicast sessions. For these three purposes, it is going to be used. SIP is designed to be independent of an underlying transport layer. So it is independent over here. Let's see if you have a network layer, the network transport layer protocols available over here, the transport layer, then transaction users, then SIP layer is available. So application to the network layer, what we can say. So moreover, in between this SIP layer is available supply. Okay, it can use either UDP, user datagram protocol, TCP protocol, or STT protocol, that is stream control transport layer protocol for the session management. Okay, then message SIP is text-based protocol like HTTP, SIP like HTTP use messages. Okay, so this SIP protocols used the again take the help of HTTP protocols for their purpose. Okay, so main purpose of the SIP protocol is to what they establish the connections between the two parties and more parties or maybe the multimedia parties. So how it is going to be established the connection? So there are some messages are available. Each messages has header and body. Like what the message is going to be initiate the sessions. Okay, then the header consists of the several lines that describe the structure of the message, that is caller capability and media type and so on. So what the SIP messages comprise of, that there are 6 main messages. That is, first is what the invite. What the purpose of invite? The caller initiate the session with the invite message. So what the invite is invitation to the caller and callee. Okay, let's consider the party 1 and party 2. In between this, if you want to set up the connections, what very first message is what the invite message. We need to invite first that particular other party. After the callee answer the call, the caller send ACK, that is acknowledgement message for the confirmation. For the confirmation. So in this direction, this is going to be sent. Then the buy message is available, and buy message is for what the termination of session. Okay, so it is going to be sent by the both the ends again. Then option is what another message is used for what the query machines about the capabilities. Option message queries the machines about the capabilities, what the capabilities are available to that particular session. Then the cancel message is what already started initiating process. The cancel is what? The cancel and already started initialization process. Then the register, the message makes a connection when the callee is not available. Okay, so these are the 6 messages are available. There are own purposes of every individual purposes of the is the message. Let's something talk about the simple session creation in the C with the C protocol. The simple session using the C protocol consists of the 3 modules. Very first, the established. What happened in the established phase? The establishing a session uh, using the SIP requires the 3-way handshakes. And what the 3-way handshake? Request, respond, acknowledgement. What zigzag portion? That portion is what the 3-way handshake. The caller send the invite message. The caller send the invite message. Using this, what would you, how it is going to be happen? Using the UDP, TCP, or maybe STTP to begin the communication. To initiate the communication, what we have to send? Invite message. Then obviously the address and options are going to be available. If the callee is willing to start the session, he or she send the reply message. He or she send the reply message that I am ready to establish the connection. Then what happened? To confirm that the reply code has been received, the caller send the acknowledgement. So to this confirmation, what is happened? The acknowledgement sent. So phase number 1, the three-way handshake is what? This is what 1, this is what 2, and this is what 3. The combination of all these request, reply, and the acknowledgement is what the 3-way handshake. After that, establishing the connection, both the parties are ready, then communication can be happen. The communicating after the session has been established, the caller and callee on the communication using the 2 temporary ports. So any ports with the help of, let's say, UDP or TCP ports, any port can be available specifically for that particular matter, that session. Then communication can be happen. Then termination. Third phase is what? Termination. A termination the session can be terminated by using the by message sent by either party. Though any party can send, let's say, but here the who is going to set up the connection is sending the by message to terminating. So establishing, communicating, and termination. These are the 3 phases of the simple sessions to be established using the SIP protocol. So main purpose of the SIP protocol is what? Establish the connection between the party 1 and party 2. Then take the second protocol, that is H323. What happened over here? What we are using the voice and what we are using our devices to communicate over the internet. So we require the conversion from the voice data to the built-in to the packets, IP packets. So that conversion can be text based with the help of H323 protocol. So here H323 is a standard designed by ITU to allow telephone on the public telephone network to talk to the computers called the terminals in H323 connected to the internet. So what is the purpose? To talk to the computers which are connected over the internet. The figure shows. Okay, let's say there is a telephonic network, there is a gateway, and there is a internet. So any telephonic device can communicate with the any devices which is connected via internet. So that is what the purpose. So how it is going to be done? Let's check. The gateway connect the internet to the telephone network. So here gateway is connected to the internet, and apart from this right side, what we have telephone. In general, gateways is the five level, or let's say all level device, all layer devices that can translate the messages from one protocol stack to another protocol. So what the features of gateway? Gateway works on all the layers of the OSI and TCP model. If you talked about the OSI, 7 layers. If you talked about the TCP, 4 to 5 layers are available. So it transferred the stacks. What stack is available over here? What stack is available over here? Sometimes the IP address may differ. Sometimes the header format may be different. So that can be tackled by the gateway. The transform a telephone network message into internet message. This is what the main purpose. This is what the main purpose. That is what the conversion of voice into the packets is done by this H323 protocol. The gatekeeper's server on the local area network plays a role of the registrar server. Registrar server we discuss in the SIP protocol, as we discuss in the SIP protocol. The register's message is available with the SIP protocol. Then H323 is a voice VoIP standard for defining the component, protocol, and procedure to provide a real-time multimedia session, including audio, video, data transmission over the packet switch network. So what is the purpose? Another purpose, what here that specifically protocols are used going to be used for the multimedia data, but because nowadays multimedia data is what the core part of our life, where everybody is sending the messages, audios, videos, flash files. So that conversion can be happened because by setting up the telephone connections directly, it is going to be very costlier one. But we are now living in the era of what internet, where the internet can be used is what the faster. So we are using that internet for our purpose with the help of this protocols, and this conversion happen with the H323 protocol. Some of these services facilities by the S32 protocols, S323 protocols are IP telephony can be possible, video telephony can also be possible, and simultaneously audio and video and data communication also possible. So these are the services of the H323 protocol. So here the main purpose, let's say, any telephonic network, any telephonic devices is going to be communicate with the devices which is connected with the internet. So here there is the gateway is available, gatekeeper is also available. So we have to follow these mechanisms with the standard process of this H323 protocol. Then what is the family of this H323 protocols? So this is not a single protocol. This is what the set of all protocols, because by single-handed it is not possible to do this task. So how it is done? Protocols H323 use the number of protocols to establish and maintain the voice communication, that is, or video communication, that figure shows. Here H323 uses G71 and G723.1 for a compression. Here the compression is required because the size of the data is going to be very high. So that data to be compressed, for that purpose, compression purpose, these two protocols are used, that is G.71 or G.723.1. Okay, this what G.7231 is what the audio codec for the voice, that compress voice audio in 30 millisecond frames. So this is what the beauty of this protocol. So for compression, it is going to be another protocol. And then it uses the protocol named as H.245, 245, okay, which allow the parties to negotiate the compression methods. So which compression techniques to be used, that negotiation can be done by this H245 245 protocol. Then protocol Q.931, it is going to be used for the establishing and terminating connections. Okay, here specifically. So this is what the Q.931, the establishing the connection and termination of connection, it is going to be used by this protocol. Then another protocol is called as H225, okay, or RAS, that is registrations and administration status, is used for the registration with the gatekeeper. So what we have, gatekeeper, where the internet network is available, where the gatekeeper is filling the role to allow us to enter into their networks. That is what the gatekeeper. So these are the protocols are going to be used. Now here, if you go with this particular standard structure, so here there is a audio, and here there is a controlling and signal. So compression can be done here or here. Here can be setup connection can be done. So these are the protocols are going to be used. Apart from this, RTCP, this is also protocol is real-time protocols also be used. For this, what was the resource reservation? This is what for the resource reservation protocol, what we can say. Okay, so that the communication can be healthy, can be faster and more simpler. Okay, so this is what the H323 protocols session. Now, this how this operations happens. Let's take with the operation of telephone communication using the H323 with the simple example. Let's take the terminal send the broadcast message to the gatekeeper. So this is what the terminal, it send the broadcast message to the gatekeeper. Okay, which include the IP address and all. Then the gatekeeper respond with the IP address. Gatekeeper respond with the IP address. The terminal and gatekeeper communicate using the H225 to negotiate the bandwidth. So resource allocation is supposed to be there. So what amount of bandwidth supposed to be there, so that the communication can be healthy and the faster. So bandwidth negotiation can be done over here. Okay, then terminal, the gatekeeper, gateway, and the telephonic communication using the Q931 to set up the connection. So it send the message from the terminal, gatekeeper, and to gateway. Okay, up to this. Then the terminal, the gatekeeper, gateway, and the telephonic communication using the H245 to negotiate the compression method. Okay, so compression techniques to be negotiated. So for that purpose, it is what H24 is going to be used. We have discussed in the first slide. Then the terminal, the gateway, and the telephonic exchange the audio using the RTP real-time protocol under the management of RTCP protocol. Apart after that, the terminal, the gatekeeper, the gateway, and the telephone communication using the Q.931 to terminate the connections. So here, so these are the steps are available. So terminal, gatekeeper, gateway, and telephone. So telephone over here and terminal over here. So if we want, what we have to do, we have to send to terminal to gatekeeper, then gatekeeper retrieve the IP address, then the bandwidth allocation can be happen, then send to set up the messages, then compression method to be decided, negotiated, then RTP for the audio exchange and RTCP for the for management is going to be done. Then after that, the termination is going to be happen with the 931 protocol. So this is what the simple operation of the H323 protocol. So what we have discussed, guys, in this lecture, the VoIP. What is the purpose of VoIP, features of VoIP, and the two main protocols of the VoIP, SIP and the H.323 protocol. So I hope, guys, this is okay with you, because this protocol is this concept is very beneficial, where we are using our voice data over the packets, and that conversion and that management is done by these particular two protocols. Thank you.